So I'm joined this evening. Today is the 28th of December. So I'm joined with
29th.
Father
Today's 29th.
29th. Yes, St. Thomas of
Yes.
Becket. Yes. So I'm joined today with Father Francis Mugabi from Uganda, and it's been a long time since we've spoken. So it has been, and it's great to have you back. I suppose, Father, do you just want to give us an update of life after you've returned from Spain to Uganda? What are the challenges you've been facing? What is the diocese like where you're working? Just give us a general update, and then we can go in a little bit to the foundation that you've started, just to try and drive awareness in that.
Thank you so much, Robert. Nice to be here on your channel. Once again, I'm Father Francis from the Diocese of Lugazi and now working in Ceasar Parish. By God's grace, I happen to return home at the end of September. Of course, there has been a lot of differences being in Europe and back home. Yes, the level of poverty is a bit high. The roads are not good, and of course, the level of faith here is too high. We have the numbers that are coming to church are so many. The children that receive confirmation, First Holy Communion, and all that. So that is it. Maybe some bit of injustices because of the political situations, but all the same, God is keeping us, and we are doing well. Wish to send my Christmas greetings to everyone, to the viewers of this channel, and a blessed New Year 2024. May God keep us safe and alive.
Thanks very much,
Yes.
Father. I'm just going to share some details here of the foundation that you've started, the Ceasar Smile Foundation. And I suppose a lot of people are not aware of the challenges that you face in trying to minister in Uganda. The fact that it's not easy to move from A to B. A lot of villages don't have water, and so forth.
Oh,
So
yes.
if you just want to take us through some of the work that you're doing with this small foundation, and maybe where it could go in the future, and how we could help build bonds between ourselves and yourself, and maybe some other parish around the world who would like to get involved.
Thank you so much. Of course, one of the biggest challenges we have here is illiteracy, that many people have not gotten an opportunity to go to school. And this also gets back to the children. So eventually you'll find so many villages that the parents cannot afford to pay for their children school fees in the schools, that eventually we end up having so many young parents that because of that, many girls become pregnant out of that. So I started this foundation to uplift the standards of a few children, especially the children of this village called Chimwani Gomba, because this is a remote village that has no running water, that has no electricity, that has poor housing and all the sort. So I believe that if we assist a few children to go to school, that would be a great relief and a help to the disadvantaged children here in Uganda. I was also thinking of assisting a few women, because women are getting so many challenges because most men have left their responsibilities. So I was speaking about the challenges. The challenge of education. Here we have big families. For example, myself, I come from a family of 12 children.
Mhm.
So you'll find that the parents find it very difficult to educate most of these children. And not because they want, because they can't afford. Because most of the families here can't earn even $1 a day. So that shows that the majority of our families here are farmers. So people will depend on the produce, which produce they do rudimentally. We don't have the capacity to buy machines, tractors that will cultivate big pieces of land so that you get big yields. So you end up having just food to eat. So my inspiration is that I assist out a few children go to get decent education. Just of recent, on the 22nd, with the help of a few people, I managed to do a charity, and people were so excited because they never had any hope of having a good meal at Christmas. So it was just 2 kilograms of rice, 2 kilograms of posho, 2 kilograms of sugar, a bar of soap, 1 liter of cooking oil, and that made a big difference to some people. So some of these things are not automatic here. So even here in the parishes, you see that the level of poverty is too high. For instance, where I'm working, we are constructing a church. But you see, it's the new parish that is around 8 years. So you see that the constructions are, it's a bit of a constraint to the Christians there. Not because they have the will, but they can't afford. Yes. So we have multiple problems here.
Yes.
Diet, health issues, work issues. The level of unemployment is very high, and the payments are very, very low.
Yes.
And then you'll find that what we call the government schools, they don't give a decent education. So here, for example, €100 or €150 can pay for a child in a very good school, what you'd call a very good school, that a child learns at least the basics. He or she can write and read very well, and that can qualify to go to a better school at the secondary level, and then at least get some bit of profession somewhere.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if we do that, then we shall be helping the church and the nation at large. Yes.
Yeah. While you were speaking, it reminded me very much of the way Ireland was over the last 150 years, from a place of great poverty. I'm just my grandparents would remembered poverty of that nature. Very large families, very poor, no running water, struggling to get food, and so forth. And the church, they developed a school system in Ireland that brought that educated people, that trained people on the different trades, and really brought up the country. While there was a lot of bad press, people will always focus on the negative. The reality is, had we didn't have an alternative. There was no state functioning as such that would provide hospitals and education and all of these structures. So I think it's interesting to see, the work that the church is doing now in your country is very similar to what the church was doing.
Yes, I think, like I said one time, most of the contributions, especially the schools that we have here and the health services, are there because of the missionaries. When the missionaries, you see, most of the missionaries were coming from the Western world, America, Ireland, Europe, and the sort. So when people would go back home, they would get some bit of help, and this help, they would bring back here to Uganda. And
Yes.
those are the schools that we have, especially the Catholic founded schools.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking of if we can get people who can assist us in this foundation so that we can start up something small. It might not be too big, but something that can help the children so that they get some bit of hope. And I'm sure that will reduce on the problems that we have.
Yes.
Especially problems of early pregnancies, a problem of HIV/AIDS, because eventually out of that, girls that end up sleeping with men here and she left and right so that they can earn a living. And then also it can reduce on the level of drunkenness because of that people will end up, even young boys and girls end up, taking a lot of alcohol, the local brew, the
Yes.
warrage, which is very dangerous to their lives. Yes. That is what I have in my mind.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I think it's a very practical way that we can help people that actually need it, and to continue on the work of missionaries from previous centuries and previous decades. And I do think the project of a school, you were saying it's what, 150 euros a year will get a good education for one child.
That would be a term.
A term. Okay.
Which is 3 months. But I think in a decent school, but there are also schools that where a child can pay 50 euro, depending. And so this is what I'm calling upon people who can assist out, especially now this term begins at the end of January.
Mm-hmm.
So people can, you can assist, you can take up a child. So I'm going to assist this child, and then this child shall be showing accountability for everything that we get.
Yeah.
And in such a way, then we shall be helping to evangelize, to show love to the disadvantaged.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think it's a great project, and it's definitely something that I will continue to support. And it's good now with the website that there is that opportunity where people can donate either to the bank here in Kampala, or they can donate via PayPal, which I think for a lot of people might be an easier solution. And something it's very easy to sit back and say, oh, I can't do something, but everybody can do something to help the church. And I think that's really a small thing that we can do. And I just think, for example, the water project, we had the well, that
That was
wells
a
of
that was a very good relief. I wish to once again say thank you and to
yeah
Wells of Life, because now at least people come from home, they carry their clothes and come and wash near the borehole so that they can have at least clean water. Because previously on the village, there was no clean water. So they would just go on the wells in the ground and then they clean that water from the soils. So sometimes this water was not clean. But
yeah
at least now people are assured of clean water that they can drink safely, and they don't have any issue of health. Yes.
yeah and
So I will do through you, Robert. I think I would invite members that they can assist us in any way possible
yeah
in the construction of the church, in the construction of the school, taking up a child, assisting a few women so that they can uplift their level of income.
yeah
And then maybe assisting out a few girls, because it is not automatic like it is in Europe or in America that somebody can afford to buy sanitary towels. Here it is
mm,
not automatic. So even
yeah
if somebody comes up with that, a dozen of sanitary towels or anything that can help somebody, that will be a very, very great help.
yeah yeah
Yes.
I suppose we take a lot of things for granted in the first world, and you know, many of these things like water and sanitary, you know, they have to be funded. But let's see where this will go, Father. I do think if anybody's listening to my channel, maybe you could get involved with Father Francis, either monetarily or sharing this video, or
Yes.
ask somebody else, or linking in with Father, maybe to send out a container. I know at work we sent 3 containers of food, like shipping containers, 40-foot shipping containers. We sent 3 containers of products, of stuff, families for vulnerable, to a country in Africa a few months ago, and it did uplift the community a lot to get you know, simple
Yes,
things like,
that is also very fine. Books, shoes. It's not automatic that everybody can afford a pair of shoes here.
yeah,
It's not automatic that everybody can afford clothes. You know, most of these children can't have good clothes,
yeah,
bed sheets, mattresses. You know, you can't imagine that there are families here that have never even bought a fork in their
yes,
families. That children use, you know, people in the families use their fingers to eat
yeah,
food. So most of these things are not automatic, but that one people can bear with. But the most important thing is the least educating someone. That one empowers the person. He gets knowledge that he can use to do something, or to do carpentry, to do
yeah,
crafty work and all the sort. Yes, I think. But also, if in case there is somebody who also wishes to assist seminarians, it is also very welcome. The help is very welcome. Our
yeah,
seminarians in the major seminary pay peanuts. 500 euro pays for a full year academic, a full
yeah,
year
yeah,
for a seminarian here, because every semester each seminarian pays a cost sharing of 250 euro. That will be
okay,
1 million shilling here. So in case
yeah,
there is anybody who can assist, the help is welcome, or you can give it to pass it through me, through you, or can even to the diocese. It's very welcome.
yeah.
Yes. Mm.
Well, I think it's a great project, and I like these type of practical things where, you know, you have a need and you have people that want to help, and I do think, you know, everybody can help a little bit here, um, by maybe donating to this foundation. We have the well. Let's get the school. Let's get the chapel. And maybe even a small medical center in the future, which will probably be also very welcome, and to try and build up this
Yes, a
community.
medical center would also be very practical, because we have issues of women, many women dying because of giving birth.
Hmm.
So because of these long journeys that most families don't have means of transport, so you'll find that as they're taking the woman to the nearby, or you know, like 50 kilometers or 70 kilometers to the health center, so many women end up losing their lives. So if we have a health center close to the people, that one can help. That one can help to at least improve the health
Yeah,
of the people.
yeah,
But
yeah,
in terms of practical things, even if we have most of these things like medicines, paracetamol and a sort, and they are sent to the communities here, it can also do a great relief to the people.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Well, we'll definitely work on this. I think it's a great project, and afterwards, we can, if people want to get involved, it would be great. And again, I do think if we can get a container out there at some stage during the year, it's something, certainly a project I'd like to work at. But if we can get help, material help to you, Father, anything that we can do will probably give
However,
some.
however, with the issues of the container, we also have to be very, very conscious about the taxes.
Yes, I know.
Because the tax is a bit of a problem. Yes, a bit
Yeah,
of a
yeah,
problem. So we have to be very conscious before sending, so that know the modalities of receiving the items that people have donated.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
No, we're familiar with that because my sister was working in Malawi in a school, and she got a big donation of books, and they weren't allowed to import them in because the government wanted taxes on second-hand books for education. So it can be very frustrating trying to get help there. But look, we won't let barriers stop us helping, and I think it's a beautiful project. I still have the book. Where did I put the book? This is the book of the well that Aidan, yes, sent us through, and I think there's a a small bit of help can always give a lot of relief to a community. And I think this medium of Catholic medium, this Catholic blog, we have to be cognizant of the church that is in need, the church that needs help, and to know Christ is to be Christ, is to bring Christ to those communities that need support. So that's why I do think it's great that you have this website set up, the foundation set up, and let's build on that as much as possible. So if you're able to help, please hit on the link below and get in touch with Father Francis. If you're able to support, I think one of the things that we need to get you is means of transport, because I think in the roads in Uganda are very, very difficult to navigate, and it's a pity to be a priest and not be able to minister to people in different places. So hopefully we will be able to get sorted out a means of transport that you need to travel to the different places where you minister at the moment.
I'll be very grateful. Yes, of course, means of transport here is not something easy. And of course, here in Uganda, we drive very old cars. We don't drive new cars like it is there. But even these old cars are very, very expensive because the taxes are very high. So, but the nature of our roads, especially as we go to the villages for pastoral ministry, it's not, the roads are not very good. So a relatively small car, yes, it would work, but with difficulty. But a relatively, maybe a 4-wheel drive car works better. And then the durability of such a car is a bit higher, is a bit longer than these small cars. Yes.
Yeah. Well, let's see what we can do. If anybody wants to get in touch and help with the foundation, let us know. And I think it's beautiful to see the results in a village when we can improve their condition, bringing water, food, clothing, sanitary products, education, etc. And this is
education, stop, and all those things. They really make a big difference. So through you, I will request people that who can assist, especially through, so that to begin, we can assist a few children for the beginning of next term that begins at the end of January. Yes, we can have, because currently I have so many children that have brought in requests. For example, last week I got 3 children. Their father passed on, but their mother is equally sick. So the mother is finding it very difficult, and she was requesting for help. And then the other difficulty that I'm finding is that, having been in Europe, so people think that you have the assistance, you have the means, you have the finances that you can assist them. Yes, not because they are begging, but because they don't have. So in case there is anyone who can assist, or in case there is anyone who can take up these children, there are 3 children, and their mother is in a helpless state because the mother is sick, so she needs some assistance. There are so many children of such caliber.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, let's hope maybe some parish that's looking at this would like to sister up with your parish to provide help and support. And you know, we don't know what the Holy Spirit will do with this video. This is my experience from this channel. We don't know who will be looking and will feel moved to help. But I do think it's a project that I do think we need to develop out in the coming year. And I'm so glad that you came to Ireland, Father. And I know here in Ireland, thankfully, the church has a long history of helping in Africa, and the bishops have done a lot of support in that area. And so let's hope that we're able to do something for this small foundation that you've set up, for this small project, and to provide the means of building up a community, basically, which is really needed.
Oh, thank you. So I'm praying that if maybe we can do something about the school, so that 2025 we can start with a small structure, because eventually you find out that if you are to pay for these children in another school, it will eventually become expensive. But if we start up something, maybe we give ourselves from January to June, we see if we can get some finances, that we start up something, because the land is there. So something that starts up the structures. We can start up with a structure of maybe 6 classes. We start with the nursery school to P3, and we see that 2025, we see how it moves, and then we will go on progressing with other classes, because the children are there, the teachers are equally there, and our teachers are not very expensive to pay. So I think we can afford, I know with God's grace and the Holy Spirit will assist us to do something. Okay. I'm sure 2024 we can do something, so that by end of 2024, we have a project that is already standing of a primary school, and that 2025 we begin.
Okay, perfect. No, that's great. Excellent. Thanks very much, Father. And again, if people want to get in touch, the link is below in this video. I'm just going to share the screen again to the foundation here. So this is the website that has been set up, the Ceasar Smile Foundation, and information here on it, and a button here to go and donate. So it's probably one of the easiest ways to get in touch and to send donation to Father Ceasar. And let's see if we can get this off the ground. I'm really praying on it. So I am. Thanks, Father.
You're welcome. Thank you so much, Robert.
No problem. Take care. God bless you.
All right. Take care. All the best for the new year. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.